Alright guys, welcome to a shoulder day, the last shoulder day, the last workout before I'm taking this 4 to 5 week break here from the gym. This was recorded on Saturday, August 20 something. I'm recording this on Labor Day, Monday, Labor Day. So this will be the last workout video for a while. However, I do plan on uploading something, some sort of video. I don't know, maybe once a week, once every other week. I don't know. I'll upload something new. I'm gonna be trying to hammer out the Instagram Reels, the YouTube Shorts, and the TikToks this month from all of the training footage that I have. Plus, my DaVinci Resolve skills have been getting better, so I think I'm gonna have to regrade the posing footage and the lifting footage for the TikToks and stuff. So I gotta get going on that too. Hopefully I can upload, I don't know, 2-3 a week. That would be cool. 'Cause we got a lot of footage. Hopefully we can start blowing up. Hopefully we can start blowing up so I can acquire that Mercedes diesel wagon. That'd be elite. Hopefully you guys have been catching the streams. Looks like the streams have been doing better. Shout out Roger in the last stream. Shout out Daniel in the last stream. Negative shout out to Clint for ones in the chat. Positive shout out to Clint though for the fashion ball knowledge. That's elite. But negative shout out for ones in the chat. Negative shout out to Schmickus for ones in the chat. No ones in the chat anymore. Negative shout out to Schmickus, to Big Mike, for football season coming up. Dust ass sports balls coming up, and that's going to be his main priority, guys. He's pretty much abandoning our streaming and abandoning our creative venture so he can sit on the couch, eat chips and queso with his mango smoothie, jumbo pizza, and watch sports ball. That's his I don't know, man. I guess that's what he wants to do. Hopefully we can get him out of that, or at the very least make some content so people can watch him. He's pretty entertaining. But negative shout out to him. So what are we gonna rant about today? I did this shoulder workout's a little different just because it's the last workout. This is the most burnt out I felt mentally about going to the gym and wanting to work out in a very long time. Not surprising considering how hard I have been training and how hard I've been dieting and how much time and energy and focus I've been putting into not only lifting but making the videos. It takes a lot of effort, so I didn't want to do this workout at all. Also, I rarely work out on Saturdays here, or if I work out, I do not film it, just because there's so many people. It gets real busy here on Saturday mornings, and it's just gets kind of hectic, and I don't like being in the way, because, dude, having a gigantic tripod with this gigantic camera filming, dude, it's not optimal, suboptimal, for other people too. It's what I'm more worried about, dude. Basically gonna get kicked out of the gym for being annoying. But anyway, so we got this shoulder workout in, and the first lift here are some rear delt flies on the pec deck machine. Normally I do them single arm, but like I said, not only was it crowded, but I was also kind of pressed for time, and I was tired, and I didn't want to be in there for very long. And doing single arm stuff takes way more time. So I started off with the rear delt flies. I tried to go as heavy as possible. I kind of like this, doing it heavy this way. It wasn't bad. I do prefer the cable rear delt flies because you can just overload them, extremely overload them. It's much harder to do it here with doubles. You might be able to see that, but yeah, and I was just following like kind of a normal rep scheme here. I don't know. I mean, I say normal, but normal for me. I was just trying to do some heavy negatives, slash like kind of static holds. I don't know. I haven't been really paying attention to how I've been lifting. Yeah, see here, I'm just trying to do some like heavy negative slash static holds, I guess. To try and like right here, try and keep as much tension as I possibly can for as long as I can. And I think I do a drop set. I don't know, either on this set or the next set I do a drop set to really burn them out. Yeah, I do a drop set here. Maybe I was doing a drop set the whole time on each set. I don't know. I can't remember. I wasn't watching. Wasn't paying attention. So this is the only exercise that I do today for rear delts. I jump back on this after the dumbbell flies. The dumbbell lateral raises that I do right now. I normally, you guys won't really see me doing much free weights, dumbbell work. And that's just because I think I get the best mind-muscle connection and the best amount of attention on the muscle using either plate-loaded machines or some sort of like the cables, or like just a machine with the plates already on the cables. The plate stack weights machines. So just doing some typical just lateral raises here, doing drop sets on all of them. Like 10 years ago, seriously, it's not even a joke. 10 years ago, I was doing the only way I was doing stuff was doing drop sets for my shoulders. I would do like 6 sets, and then each one would be like 2 drop sets. So like I would do like for these lateral raises, dude, I would start off, let's say like on 20 pounds, and then I go to, till failure, to like cheetah rep failure. And then I'd go to like 15 or 12 and a halves, go till failure. And then I go to like, I don't know, like 8s, even 5s or whatever it would be till failure, complete failure again. And then I do that like 5 or 6 sets. Before I really learned, that was like over 10 years ago, dude. Over 10 years ago. But that was before I really started doing the heavy negatives. And that's probably one thing I really want to start ranting about again today is the overall training philosophy. You guys have to be training heavy. Not only heavy, but you guys need to be training the heavy negatives. If you're not overloading your negatives, you're not going to reach your full maximum potential of hypertrophy, of muscle growth, of density, of fullness, of hardness, of the overall muscle. It's just, I don't see a way in which it's possible to achieve your maximum physique if you're not training that heavy. I don't see a possibility for you to reach it if you're just doing, the typical 10, 12, 15 reps, 3-4 sets with 4 to 5 exercises. I just don't see how that's possible. You guys have to be training hard, like the hardest you've ever trained before. Every time you go in the gym, I know this workout probably doesn't fit that description, but this is an anomaly for me. But every time you guys go into the gym, dude, you have to train as hard as you possibly can. You have to give it as much as you can, dude. That's the only way you're going to see process and muscle growth. Most people seriously underestimate and do not understand the amount of physical energy that is required of you to achieve muscle growth. People do not understand how hard it is to actually achieve muscle growth. One thing that I get upset with is anytime I see like girls who think like, oh, I don't want to lift weights because it's like, oh, I don't want to get bulky. Most females have no idea how hard it is to grow muscle. Most girls will realize that they can't even grow muscle even when they try to. So when it comes to you guys training and trying to grow muscle, most of the time, you know, 90 to 99% of the time, people underestimate how hard they have to train and how hard it is to actually grow muscle and how long it takes. And if in that time you're not training as heavy as possible, overloading the negatives with the highest intensity possible, you're not really going to see that much. You're not going to see the results that you want to see. Now, I think this same philosophy and the same concepts can be applied to other forms of training. For example, if you are doing calisthenics or gymnastic style training, you're doing muscle ups, you're doing ring stuff, you're doing dips, you're doing pull-ups, push-ups. You're seeing the guys in the monkey bars doing that stuff. I still think that you have to take your body, like for pull-ups, for example. You have to take your body to absolute failure. Let's say you can only do 5 pull-ups. Let's say you can do 0 pull-ups. You can't do any pull-ups. Okay, that's fine. You have to find a way to jump up on the bar and try and hold yourself over the bar for as long as possible, and to lower your body as slow as possible when you can't hold your chin above the bar. That's what I'm talking about with the heavy overloaded negatives and the high intensity. It doesn't matter the weight that you're using, okay? You're not better, you're not cooler for using, you know, heavier weights. You're not better than somebody because you're lifting heavier weights, okay? So like the ego stuff is just absolutely retarded. For anyone who's like a serious trainer or a serious lifter, that shit's really whack. What matters is the effort that you're giving, okay? The output. If you're giving maximum output, you're the most hardcore person in the gym. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you have 25% body fat, 35% body fat. It doesn't matter. If you're taking your body to the absolute physical limits of what you can do, and then going beyond that, like with the heavy negatives, to the highest intensity possible, you are the hardest training person in the gym. Like, you're the most hardcore. And I think that's the coolest, man. I really do. Anytime anyone is pushing themselves to the absolute brink, it's extremely cool to see, dude. And that energy I think is extremely infectious. So like when you're doing calisthenics, guys, like if you're doing if you can't even do a push-up, try and get to the push-up extended position, and try and, you know, break your elbows, just slightly bend at the elbows so that you're getting the tension on your chest, and try and do a static hold or do the slowest negative you possibly can, dude. And if you can't do it in a normal push-up position, then get on your knees, dude, and do it that way. It doesn't matter, dude, if you're, like I said, you're 100 pounds overweight and you're 25-35% body fat. I don't care. I don't care if you're a scrawny twig, dude. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is the output of your energy, dude. How hard you're pushing yourself and your body, dude. That's the coolest. That's the most hardcore person in the weight room, dude. And I think that principle and that training style, heavy duty, hardcore, high intensity training, I think that's just the best and most efficacious form of training applied to anything, dude. Like, seriously, even like something like Pilates or like yoga or I don't know, any other form of resistance training that you can think of. I think that's the best way to go about it, dude. You have to be training. You have to be training that hard. And I think for people who have been training for like 1 to 3 years and haven't seen that much progress, you know, they've seen progress. They've been putting on some muscle. You know, maybe they've lost a little bit of body fat percentage. They've done a little bit of a recomp, and they're liking the fact that they can see results, but they're still not where they're at. If you apply the training principles of heavy duty, hardcore, high intensity lifting, dude, you're going to explode. going to absolutely explode, dude. It takes your training, it takes your body to the absolute next level. And I think it's required. And I really do think that most lifters, most guys, if you stay with the gym for longer than 5 years, I think you will naturally end up at that conclusion, dude. Just based off of like the amount of time you've put in training and like trial and error and like trying different things, I think you'll eventually end up at that type of and style of training. So that's it today. That's my rant today. I forgot to mention off camera here when I'm not doing in between these, because I wasn't even looking at the camera here when I'm ranting. In between my rests here for the rear delt flies, I went over to like the shoulder fly machine where you sit down and the pads against your chest, and you know you do like the lateral shoulder raises at the 2 pads on the sides. It's like a little like chicken wing all the way up. I was doing those in between as well. Forgot to mention that. But yeah, guys, this is the last training video for a while. I hope you guys have been enjoying the videos I've been putting out. I hope you guys are going to continue to watch the streams. Hopefully we can get more streams going. That is the goal, to get more streams going. Hopefully we'll be streaming on Twitter and Twitch as well. That'd be huge. So until next time, guys, yeah, no, when I come back to, I'll definitely be talking about like what it's like to go to leave the gym for so long. Because I really don't think like taking that much time off is like that crazy, dude. It's really not. And I don't think like your physique will change that much. I mean, yeah, it will, especially for me because I've been on such a hardcore diet and I was in such a caloric deficit that, yeah, my physique's going to change, but it's not going to be like that crazy, dude. I really don't think it's that crazy. It's not like you lose all your gains, dude, in 4 to 6 weeks. That's not how it works. So I'll be documenting like the quote-unquote the comeback, spending time away from the gym, and then after probably the first 4 weeks of that, maybe 6 weeks of that, guys, we are going to absolutely start hammering the bulk. We're going to get back into the hardcore, heavy-duty, high-intensity training and really start putting on some muscle and really start putting on the weight. A secondary goal, it's not really like that important, but one goal I really want to achieve this like off season, this bulk season, is getting my bench over 350. I want to see if I can hit 365 on bench. That'd be sick. That'd be really cool. So that's pretty much it for that. Yeah, guys, for my like this little break that I'm doing though, I'm still going to be doing at minimum an hour and a half walk a day, preferably maybe even longer, up to 2 hours of walking a day. You still have to get in some form of cardio. But I'm going to drop the high intensity like treadmill cardio. But like I said, I still have to do cardio. You always have to be doing cardio. Even when we'll be going into the quote unquote bulk mode into the off season, still got to do cardio. So that's it, guys. Oh, also I got a new book today. It should be here in like, I don't know, real soon. Maybe I'll do some videos on that, or maybe even a video essay on it. I don't know. We'll see. So that's my plan for this 4-week, 6-week break. We'll see. So hope you guys take care, and see you on the next one.